Welcome back, and today I'm going to make quick fajitas and I'm going to cook them in the Cowboy Wok. But first let's get started and cut up the vegetables. So I'm going to make pork fajitas tonight, and I'm going to start with a red onion. So I'm going to take the skin off first. Peel off this outside layer. I'm going to go rinse this off and rinse off my knife. So I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to cut this again, and then I'm going to cut this small. Hope everybody's having a good day. So as I said, I'm going to do quick pork fajitas in the Cowboy Wok tonight. And so that means I'm not going to marinate the meat overnight because it's just going to be quick ones. But it'll still come out delicious. I found some nice sirloin pork at the grocery store. And I found some nice chilies at the grocery store. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to make until I go to the store and see what looks really good at the store. So I got these beautiful poblano chilies, and I rinsed them off already. I'll just take off the stem here. And then that has some spots that I don't like, so I'm not going to try to get anything off of there. And then I'm going to take the inside, get the seeds out of there, and then I'm going to rinse this off. And then I got two more. I'm going to do the same thing, so I'll just rinse it all off at the same time. I'm just going to get off the top here. And I'll rinse that off. Okay. So I'm going to take this over to the sink and rinse off the rest of these seeds. Okay, so I rinsed out the seeds, and I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'm kind of wanting to make them the same size as these pieces of onion. So I'm just going to do strips like this and then cut it like that. So I think I'll go again like this. Okay, so I will continue to cut this up, and then I'll show you how much I have. Okay, so I have a good amount, and I'm just going to kind of pre-mix it up a little here. It smells really good. They smell pretty strong, or at least they have a lot of flavor. Hopefully it's not too spicy. And then I'm going to just take some minced garlic and do a generous amount of minced garlic in here. Sometimes I like to use the fresh garlic. I'm in a hurry tonight because I am doing quick fajitas. And I'm just going to mix this all up. I'm going to go rinse my hands at the sink. Okay. I have a lime here. I rinsed the lime off, and now I'm going to squeeze some of the lime juice into the vegetables, into the peppers and the onions. And this lime smells really good too. This is way better than when you buy the bottle of it. Sometimes I like to have the bottle of lime juice on hand, but if you can get the fresh limes, that's even better yet. So I'm just going to set these vegetables aside, and now we'll get started on our pork. So I have some pork sirloin chops that are boneless, and I want to mention that I have a bowl that I always use that is about how much meat I normally need for a dinner. So if you have one of those, that's great. So that I'm going to measure my meat into there, and then I'll probably transfer it into another bowl to add my seasonings and such. Okay, so we're going to cut this similar size. I'm going to leave some of the fat on. If I have a little bit too much, then I'll remove it. So let's try to do it about the same size as I have my vegetables, so that when I have it in the tortilla wrapper, it's all kind of the same size. So I might have some that are a little bit bigger, so I'll cut them in half. and this is pretty lean. So I'm going to continue to cut up this, and then we'll check back and go to the next step. Okay, so I have a larger bowl, and I'm going to put my pork in here. And as I had said before, you might notice there's a little bit of fat on the pork, just like there is with bacon. Anything that was very large, I kind of trimmed off just a tad. And so now I'm ready to start here. So I'm going to squeeze some lime juice in. I had 2 limes, so one I put with the veggies, and this one I'm putting with the pork. And then I'm going to add some orange juice. Not a lot, just a little bit. It might actually end up being enough. I'll see in just a minute after I add my spices. And now I realized I need a dry hand. Okay, so I'm going to add my spices. So I'm going to add some cilantro. And some Mexican oregano, which I get in a little packet and I put in a little container that I have. And then some onion powder. And some roasted garlic. And some black pepper. I'm going to add some more minced garlic. And I think I'm just going to use a spoon here to mix it up. And the rest of that orange juice. This is smelling good already. And then I'm going to try to get more juice out of this lime, which I was able to. And maybe the lime from before. Okay, great. Okay, so if you were not in a hurry, you could certainly put this in the fridge overnight and let all these flavors marinate, and that would be great. But tonight I'm making quick fajitas, so I'm off to the outside to go ahead and cook this in our Cowboy Wok. All right, so now we're out at the Cowboy Wok, and it's been heating up for a while. You can kind of see the steam. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, so I'm going to add some olive oil. I'm not 100% sure how much I need, so I'm just going to kind of make sure it gets everywhere so we don't have anything sticking. We're ready to add our meat. Outside, you don't have to worry about an exhaust fan, so that's nice. It seems to be putting a really nice brown. Oh, it's smelling delicious, that's for sure. Oh, super good. Look at that nice brown it's getting already. Nice because it's a big surface area, and I think that adjustment on the burner height has made a big difference. I'll just let it kind of sit here for a sec. Okay. So mostly the heat's in the center of this wok, so I'm kind of moving it to the center. And I'm occasionally center. Okay, as you can see, it's windy out, and of course the aroma of the fajitas is probably going through the neighborhood, and people will probably want to come over and eat. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of separate this out a little, and I'm going to start adding my veggies. And then I'm going to put a brown on everything. But let's just kind of get this started. Let that just cook for a second, then I'm going to start mixing it all together. And by the way, I have grated some cheddar cheese, and I have sour cream, and we'll heat up some tortillas, and that'll be the dinner tonight. So I'm looking forward to this. This is one of my favorite meals. Let's kind of get everything starting to mix together, and then we're going to put a real nice brown on the whole thing. So I'm moving the meat a little bit on the side here because I need for some of this juice to boil out so I can put a brown on this meat better. So there's a lot of moisture from the pork and there's a lot of moisture from the veggies. So I'm just going to kind of let a little bit of that escape. Pork is cooked all the way through, or so I'm making sure that I'm getting it mixed up nice. Starting to sound like it's kind of starting to sizzle. That's a good thing. We want to put a brown on all of it. There goes the wind. done, so we have to keep a close eye on it. We don't want it to burn, but we want it to have that nice charred flavor. Kind of like when you go out to eat and somebody orders fajitas and then you wish you would have ordered fajitas because the aroma is so strong. Alright, I think we're ready to pull this. Alright, so I got my clean bowl here and I'm going to just start taking it and put it in my bowl.
And this is how easy it is to clean a Cowboy Wok. Do this, put a little extra oil in it, putting that a cure, still very hot. And then you just push it all to one corner and you wipe it out, the excess. And we're totally cleaned up and done. That took 4 minutes.
All right, now time for the taste test. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of make like a taco style fajitas here. It's just easier for me to eat that way. I'm gonna start with some of the meat here. And then I'm gonna put some cheese, and you can do it however your favorite way to eat fajitas are. I don't have any avocado, but that would have been good also. So however you guys like to have it. I'm going to put a little bit of sour cream. Okay. Now before I get started, I'm just going to take another piece of meat, and I just want to show everybody how very tender this is. And how it's cooked all the way through, because you do want to make sure you cook pork all the way through. All right. Okay. That is delicious. Very, 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 very good. All the citrus, the lime, and the orange juice, and all the spices blended very well. And you've got nice brown using the Cowboy Wok, and all the flavors infused wonderfully. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making the video. And those of you who subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. And if you don't, I hope you do. I have a lot of fun videos to watch. And thanks for watching. Have a great evening.